Check it out. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I'm going to talk about the two kinds of players out there that you need to watch out for. Okay. I've kind of categorized them into two types of, how players operate and the things that they do and the things that you need to notice when you're dating somebody. So let me just dive right in. Okay. I'm going to go first for the most common type of player, and that is the love bomber. The love bomber is somebody that you will encounter that will come on strong, that will tell you everything you want to hear. They will flatter you. They will tell you how wonderful they are, how wonderful you are. They will even stay consistent in the beginning. Okay, now here's a tip for you guys. I know a lot of you, you know a little bit about the game and how, they have to be consistent. But here's the thing. It's not only being consistent, it's being consistent over the long term, okay? That's why I always say it's a marathon. You have to take your time because these people will show you who they are over time, not in the beginning. In the beginning, everybody's wonderful. In the beginning, that person is putting on their best face, okay? A lot of times they're trying to portray that there's something that they're not. A lot of times they may try to, want you to believe I'm not like these other guys. I'm real. I'm really looking to meet somebody. This player number one is the player that will love bomb you. And he is the one that will tell you he is looking for a relationship, okay? They will flat out lie to you. Very common. And you get this a lot on the dating apps. You get these clowns that put on their looking for a relationship, looking to get married, okay? Anybody that's saying looking to get married, okay, watch out for. Because 9 times out of 10, they are lying. They're trying to fool you, okay? Because in general, 99.9% of the men out there are not looking to get married, you guys, all right? So you have to be aware of that. So the player number one is the person that is going to, give you everything you want to hear. And they're going to get on the phone with you for hours in the beginning. This is what they do, okay? They're trying to build that false facade and trying to, they're trying to convince you that they really like you and they really want you. So you may have them where they come on strong in the beginning. They're on the phone with you, let's say the first week, every night for hours talking to you. Okay. Now, the other clue you have to look at is the type of conversation that you have with them. I say this all the time, you guys. This will tell you who you're dealing with. If you're just talking about things that are in the present, like how was your day, or good morning, beautiful, or what did you have for dinner? Okay. This is not somebody that is going deep with you. This is not somebody that's getting to know you. And this, you guys, this is your key as to whether you're dealing with a player, somebody that's looking to play you for some benefit that they want from you. Maybe they want sex. Maybe they want your attention. Maybe they're looking for some kind of money benefit down the road. Okay, but you have something that they want. Okay, and most of the time, especially, with these players, most of the time it's usually sex, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is player number one, the love bomber, the one that you think, okay, well, they say they want a relationship and everything, and they're doing everything right. They're calling me on the phone. They're being consistent, but are they consistent for the long term? Okay. Somebody can be consistent for, let's say, I've found from people that I've talked to, they'll be consistent for about 2 weeks. and then you start to see them drop off. Then you start to see the consistency start to drop. Okay, and that's something that you have to watch out for. That's why you don't rush. That's why you don't have sex right away. You make somebody wait at least, you guys. I mean, everybody's different, obviously, but the longer you wait, the better it is, because you are protecting yourself. Because if you sleep with somebody really fast, too soon, number one, you don't know who this person is. You don't know where this person's been. You have to worry about STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. You have to worry about COVID. So why are you going to take that chance? Not only that, you don't know if this person has a situationship on the side, okay? I had a friend who was talking to somebody that was out of state. She was talking to this person every night from like 8 o'clock at night till 3 o'clock in the morning consistently, and didn't even know that this guy had a fiance, okay? People, that was a long distance relationships, and that's why long distance relationships can be very tricky, because you don't know what that person is doing. There's no way to check them, and they know it, okay? So that's why I tell you, you have to take it slow. So player number one, okay, if they're a really smooth player and it's hard to decipher, what this person is about, you have to take it slow. You have to date them, okay? The other thing is, another way of knowing whether you're dealing with a player is progression. All right? Are you progressing to the next stage? In the beginning, maybe you just see each other once a week, okay? The once a week date, and that's okay in the beginning. But if that person is not progressing to want to see you more, that is a red flag, you guys, okay? The reason that they may not be progressing to see you more is because they're seeing other people during the week. They have other options, and they're maybe just saying, okay, I'll see you next weekend. Watch out for that, okay? Because somebody who really likes you and somebody that is genuine is going to want to see you more and more. The relationship will progress and progress, okay? Somebody who's really genuine is not playing these games. Somebody who's really genuine is not going to be vague about things. They're going to be flat out clear on their intentions with you. You're not going to have to sit there and second guess it and be like, oh, I wonder who I am to this person, okay? There is no wondering when you're dealing with the right one, okay? Because the right one is going to let you know. The right one is not going to want to take a chance of losing you to some other guy, okay? And this goes from men to women as well, or partner to partner. Now, that's player number one. Player number one is the love bomber that comes on strong, and, they're doing everything right in the beginning. But then you're going to start to see signs. Maybe they start to back off a little bit. Maybe their texting slows up a little bit, okay? The thing is, what are they talking to you about? Conversation, people, okay? Are they asking you about your past history? Are they asking you about your children if you have children? Do they want to know more about your job other than what do you do for a living, okay? They all know enough in the beginning to ask you that. They pretend to be interested. What do you do for a living, okay? But as time goes on, are they asking you questions about your career or your business? Do they want to know? Because somebody that wants to stay with you is going to want to know who you are. Who are you as a person? What makes you tick, okay? When they see that you're upset, they're going to try to help to fix it. They're not going to want to see you upset. Somebody who's a player may say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but won't show any real concern. They'll kind of be nice, but a little bit indifferent, because they're not looking at you as the long-term partner that they want. They just do enough, Okay? This is the difference that you could tell between a player and somebody that is genuine. A player will just do enough to make you think they're into you, okay? But they always leave you with that thirsty feeling like, does he like me? But does he like me because he wants more with me? Or does he like me because he's just looking to get sex from me? There's always that question of, I don't know how much he likes me or anything like that. That is a red flag, you guys. Red flag, okay? Now I'm going to move on to player type number 2. Player type number 2 doesn't put a label on it, okay? This is the type of dude that you will encounter that will come on strong, tell you how beautiful you are, and want to date you. If he's a real smooth player, okay, he knows enough not to bring up sex. Now, this is another thing I need to bring up. If they bring up sex in the beginning in any way, shape, or form, they are testing you, okay? They're testing you to see how open to that type of conversation you are, because if you're very open to it, then they progress. They're saying to themselves, oh, this one is going to be an easy mark. I'm going to get my way with this one. So here's my advice. Do not, you could flirt with somebody, but do not go over the boundary of being sexual with them. Okay? Because when you make it a sexual thing, that's what it becomes. And if you're just looking for a hookup or something like that, that's one thing. But if you're looking for the long term, you have to turn off that thing in their brain about sex and turn on the emotional side. That's why you have to have conversations, in-depth conversations. And that brings me to my next point. When you have conversation, okay, do not divulge too much about yourself. When you're talking to this person, okay, do not bring up about your past relationships. Don't open up to these people too soon, too fast. Because here's the thing. If they are looking to play you and you tell them things like, oh, yeah, I dealt with these guys. They're always playing games and everything like that. Number one, he's going to test to see how much you know. So this way he knows how to play you, okay? What you've been through. If you sit there and tell him all the games that people played on you, then you're tipping him off as to what he needs to do in order to play you. So you need to remain a mystery and don't show your hand. You need to get the information from him. You want to find out what he's about. And this is what a lot of players do too, you guys. They don't want to open up too much, okay? They don't really want to talk too much about their past relationships or anything like that because they're afraid you're going to see them for who they are. So you have to be very cautious. You have to tread lightly when you ask these questions so that you don't come off as an interrogator or somebody trying to question them or interview them. You want to ask these questions and be natural about it. And for you yourself, you want to be a little bit mysterious, okay? That's important too, because when you're mysterious, you want people to keep coming back for more. If you sit there and you meet somebody and you tell them every little detail of your life, all right, even in texting, this is a problem that a lot of women I've noticed do. When they text somebody, they're giving them these big, long paragraphs of, yeah, today I went to the post office and I mailed this and the guy fought with me at the window and blah, 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 blah. Too many details, and you're boring somebody. It's good to have a little bit of texting conversation, but do not go over the top, all right? Do not give too much. It comes with time. As you get to know somebody, then you open up more and more. So now I'm talking about player number 2. This is the one that doesn't put a label on it. This is the one that you've dated a few times and you still don't know if you're exclusive. This is the one that is not saying, I hope you're not dating other guys. And this actually happened to a woman that came to me. She was dating some guy. He was doing everything right, on paper. He was calling her, in the beginning, he was calling her every day. They were on the phone for hours. This was the first week, okay? They'd be on the phone for 3 hours a night, all right? The second week, it became less and less. And he was texting her constantly during the day. He was, good morning, beautiful. What are you doing? I hope you have a great day. What are you having for dinner? And all these other kinds of things. And I said to her, what did the conversation look like? What do you two talk about? And when we looked at the conversation, it was very on the surface. It was very in the present. How was your day? Those kinds of, generic kind of things. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but he never even asked her about her job. In the 3 to 4 weeks she was dating him, he never really asked her, what exactly do you do in your job, And she was like, saying, why doesn't he ask me more? He doesn't ask you more because he doesn't care. He doesn't care because he's not in for the long run, okay? The other thing is he never asked her about her family. He never asked her how many siblings she had. He never asked her, how long was her last relationship. He never asked her why she broke up in her past relationships. Because he doesn't care, okay? He did not have these kind of conversations with her. This is a red flag, people. When somebody doesn't go in deep, they don't care. They're not trying to get to know you. And this is your golden egg. This is how you know who wants to know you, who's genuine, who really is sincere in getting to know you for the long term, and who is just Mr. Everyday, you're one day a week type of dude. And this was another thing that he used to do with her. He'd date her once a week. And he didn't live that far from her where he could see her during the other times during the week, but he wasn't progressing. It was turning into a once a week date, okay? And on top of that, the few times he saw her, he would bring her a red rose. And she was saying to herself, well, he must really like me because, he's bringing me a rose. Most guys don't do that in the beginning. Well, if somebody is a very smooth player, they will do that, okay? So don't be fooled by certain things like that. Don't let that win you over. Don't let that put you on your back where you're having sex with them because they brought you a rose. Don't fall for the bait, okay? Don't fall for the bait. That doesn't mean anything, okay? The words mean nothing. Little actions like that, yes, it's very sweet. It's very nice, yes. But if that person is not looking to progress with you, if that person has you in a state of, I don't know where I stand with that person, all right, you don't stand anywhere. Bottom line, okay? And this is what was happening. So she brought up the conversation of, I feel like you and I maybe are different paths. And of course, he said, no, I am looking for a relationship. Because they have to say that because they know you'll leave. So a lot of times they'll flat out lie, okay? That's why, a lot of relationship coaches will say, oh, well, you need to ask them what they're looking for, okay? Now, the only way that could be a benefit is by the type of answer they give you, all right? And you got to listen very carefully, you guys. You need to pay attention to the answer that they give you. Like in her case, she said to him, what do you want with me? What are your plans? Why are you dating me? What do you want with me? What do you want from me? And his answer was, well, I want everything that a man should want in a beautiful woman. Okay? Huh? What? Like, are you kidding me? All right. He gave her a vague, bland, zero answer. Okay? That is a quote unquote red flag. All right? He is being vague. He is not being specific. He never said to her, well, I'm hoping that, you and I maybe can form a relationship, and you and I could be together, all right? He's looking for everything that a man could want. I have to laugh at this, you guys, because basically he's laughing behind her back. He's laughing behind her back. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are dealing with this, where they're dealing with guys and they're asking them what they want, and they give them this generic, nothing, broad answer of, well, I'm wanting that future partner, or I'm wanting that perfect person, or I'm wanting a beautiful woman, what every man should want. Okay? That's not being specific. That's not being detailed. That's not telling you where they're going in life. Okay? That is a zero answer. Okay? You need to watch out for this, you guys, because a lot of people fall for this bullshit. All right? So, she got to a point where she just got fed up with it. And then the thing is, his attention and his making her a priority started to become less and less, okay? And then she brought up the topic of sex with him as well, because in her mind, she felt, okay, this guy's looking for sex, all right? But he wasn't pushing. He didn't bring up sex. This guy thought he was smooth. He wasn't bringing up sex. He was just kind of riding it out with her, okay? And she told him, I'm not looking to sleep with somebody for at least 2 months. His answer was, oh, that's fine. That's okay. My ex made me wait 2 months too, okay? But in her mind, she said, I am not going to sleep with this person until I have exclusivity with that person. And that's what you need to do as well. You don't give girlfriend benefits or wife benefits even. Wife benefits. You don't give benefits like that to somebody that doesn't earn it, that doesn't make you exclusive, makes you their girl. This is the problem with the women out there today. This is why dating is all messed up. Everybody's giving it out, so there's nothing to work for. So everybody's, why should they want to work for a relationship when they're getting what they want and they don't have to do anything for it? All right? So you make a big mistake, you guys, when you do that. You got to smarten up, because a lot of people out there are getting used. They're getting played. They're listening to just words, just somebody saying how much they like them. They're dealing also with some of these slick players that are consistent in the beginning. They're falling for it, thinking the person's all in. They sleep with them, and then the person ghosts on them. This is why we have ghosting, you guys. This is why we have ghosting, because you're believing everything they're saying in the beginning. Tell me that they're saying and doing everything after 2 months. Then, you pretty much, for the most part, have somebody that could be genuine, okay? But most of these people can't even last 2 to 3 weeks. They're not going to be calling you every day or being consistent with the texts. They fall off because the interest wasn't there from the beginning. So this is what you got to look out for. Look out for these two kinds of players. The one that tells you they want a relationship and is love bombing you, and the one that keeps it vague, that doesn't tell you what they want. And that was another thing with player number 2, Mr. Vague, that never said anything about, being exclusive with her. She tested him, and she told him, she asked him a question. She says, I thought about doing webcamming and everything like that. Not that she was going to do that, but she wanted to see what his reaction to that was. And he's like, he goes, that's great. You should, there's nothing wrong with that if that's your hustle. Okay. That is a red flag. Okay. If this guy is looking at her as a potential girlfriend, in most cases, most men do not want their potential girlfriend webcamming. Okay. The other thing is he wasn't jealous. That is another red flag, you guys. I don't care what anybody says about the jealousy thing, okay? I'm going to make it clear with that. When you're dealing with a dude that is not jealous at all, that could be a red flag. Now, other people come back at me and say, well, some people are just not jealous, or he's very secure in his skin, so he doesn't. Yes, there's a difference between being secure in your skin, and there's a difference about really not giving a shit, all right? Why are they not giving a shit? Because they have other girls on the side, so they don't care what you're doing, but they like the fact that you're staying around. Okay, as long as they're still communicating with you and as long as they're still seeing you, they don't care because they have other things going on. Because I will tell you flat out, when somebody really cares about you, they are going to be a little bit territorial. They will care. They will care if you're on your social media and some guy is coming out at you, okay? And they're showing interest at you. Why shouldn't they care? They don't want to lose you to somebody else. If somebody is that laid back, number one, if somebody is that laid, you don't want somebody that laid back either, okay? Because that's not somebody that you're going to be able to always get their interest if they just don't care. You don't want somebody that's indifferent. That's somebody that could walk away in an instant, all right? And especially in the beginning, all right? So if he's not showing you any sense of, worry, like the guy that she was talking to, she said to him, well, we're not in a relationship. You could date whoever you want and I could date whoever I want. And he said, yeah, no, that's fine. He goes, that's fine. He showed no signs of caring that she was going to date other people. Red flag, guys. If the person that you're dating does not care after you've been dating them that you're going to date other people, guess what? They don't give a shit about you. Just going to say it. They don't give a shit about you. Because somebody that is serious, that really likes you, is not going to want to take a chance. They're not going to take a chance of losing you to anybody else. Bottom line, period, dot, end of story, gang. All right? Remember that. If you're dealing with somebody who's indifferent, that could take it or leave it, they're going to take or leave you. So beware of that. And the other point that I need to bring up is this. When you're dealing with these type of people, or these cats as I call them, when you're dealing with them and you start to see these mind games and you start to see that things don't seem right, number one, I always say trust your gut. Do not second guess yourself, rather. Do not second guess yourself. If you're feeling a certain way, there is a definite reason why. All right? When it's right, it moves, it's clear. You don't have to question it, okay? But when there's certain things that come up, like when she was dating this guy that was not bringing up being exclusive, or he said he never gets jealous. He didn't care if she was a webcam girl. He didn't care if she was dating other guys, all right? These are gut feelings that you have, and you have to trust them, that this person is somebody that is not going to be serious with you, okay? And do not waste your time with these people. Don't play games back. Don't try to say, well, maybe if I do this, he'll show more interest. It's because you're addicted to the chase. You want to feel that satisfaction, like, oh, he chased after me. He really wasn't that, pursuing me. Now he's chasing me. No, you are not going to change these people. You're not going to change these people. And I'm going to tell you why. Because these people love the game. These people thrive on the game. They love having multiple women, or in guys' cases, women that do playing, they love having multiple men, okay? They're not going to give that up no matter what. You can stand on your head and spin. It's not going to make a difference. So we don't play the game. We don't play the game. There's two ways you can handle it. You could either be straight up front with that person and say, listen, you and I are not on the same page. All right. And if they say, what are you talking about? What have I done? I've done everything right. What have I done? You're going to sit there and you're going to have to explain it to them, and they're going to come up with some excuse, because they're good for excuses about like, no, I want a relationship. No, just to keep you around. Okay. And then you're going to fall back into that pattern, and then they're going to start to do it again down the road. Okay. They're not going to bring up anything about, you're my girl or you're exclusive with them or whatever. So in a sense, you're just wasting your time. Just cut off your losses. Sometimes you got to just block these people, because they will keep coming back. Players always come back. Players, you cannot talk to a player, let's say, for 3 to 5 years. And guess what? You go back on that dating app. There they are. Same people, same guys. Same guys, you guys, are on those dating apps a lot of times that have been on that dating app for 3 to 5 years. You see the same people, right? So they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And they will, if you allow them, they will keep coming back. So sometimes you have to be strong and just block them. And it hurts. Sometimes it hurts because you really like that person, but it's a sense of relief. When you block them, you're like, I don't have to worry about, the texts and those highs and lows, those feelings of highs and lows, that little surge of excitement when they text me. But then, you start to feel that withdrawal because you're not getting anything in the text, because they're just saying, how's your day? Okay. That's another thing that a lot of players, I wanted to bring this up too, that these two types of players do. They always send the WYD text. What are you doing text? That is the lazy man's way of just touching base with you and letting you know that, okay, they're checking in. That's a check-in text. That's all that is. That's a check-in text to just, see what you're doing. But they're lazy. They're not really asking you what, questions or talking to you like a regular person or anything. Okay? So keep that in mind. I mean, think about it like if you're in an office and, you're dealing with people in the business world. Think about how people in the business world talk to you. They don't talk just like, how was your day, this, that. They ask you detailed questions, okay? Oh, did you work on that report? Oh, what's going on with this project? And it's the same thing in relationships. If they're not going in deep, trying to get to know you in the conversation, it's right there, people. It's right there. Then they don't want to get to know you. Then all they want to know is you're still around and I'm stringing you along and I'm playing the game and I'm pretending I really like you till I get what I want, and then I'm going to back off from you. And then, you know what? You just got played. All right? So I'm trying to prevent you guys from falling into this trap and see these people for who they are. Take it slow. I did a podcast on this too, you guys, about move slowly. All right. You might want to listen to it because it might help you. I hope this helps you. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and share, and have a great day. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. I want to tell you about my 2 books that are on Amazon. Okay. You can download them free with the trial membership from Kindle. The first book is Regain Your Power. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner has all the control in the relationship, maybe you're walking around on eggshells, you're afraid to approach them, it's going to tell you how to regain your power and be happy in the relationship, okay? And what you may be doing wrong, and that's why your partner has all the control in the relationship. The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time. There's a lot of people that are dating someone or in a relationship with somebody who's not really vested in the relationship. And we often are confused as to whether our partner really likes us or is into us or wants a future with us. And this book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day.